And welcome everyone. This is round 9 of PanAm Racing. My name is Nick Kramer and I'm joined by the one and only JJ Penguin. JJ, my man, how are you going this evening? Or this afternoon, where we are, this evening in America, but this afternoon in Australia.
Oh, I'm very well, Nick. How are you? Welcome all viewers. This is going to be a brilliant race here at Misano. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. So last week we were in Italy still. We were in Monza last week. We had the two sprint races there. So we've still stayed in Italy, but we've just travelled over to Misano. So that is where we are going to be racing this evening. So welcome one and all. We'll be taking through proceedings, which will start in about 7 minutes and 45 seconds. So we'll just give you a quick little rundown on what's happening within the league, and then we'll get into the racing very, very shortly. So let's have a look at championship standings as we're coming towards the end of the season. So after 8 rounds, this is the AM Championship right now that you can see there. You got Drew Bug up the top there in the 888 Lamborghini, 234 points. He's 15 points ahead of Infame Soul in the BMW on 219 points. In P3, Queen Killer, he's on 196. He's only 4 ahead of Herc, who's in P4 on 192. Then a little bit further back is the two Canadians, Felker and Rushton. They're on 146 points and 126 points respectively. Sharkbait, he's on 113, so he's just hanging in there with those boys right now. Hookup, looks like the only Australian in the AM division there. He's on 101, and then 99 points to Gumbro, 60 to Purple Snack, and then RPRT Tucker, 41 points in P11. Let's have a quick look now at the Pro Series. So here we've got J-Mer. He's on 248 points. So he's only 36 ahead of Javar, who's the Australian entry into the Pro Division in the Porsche there. He's on 212 points. He's 20 points ahead of Fiesta on 192 points. Then you got another Canadian, Your Judgment, on 158, sitting in 4th. Then it's 3 Americans there. It's Awesome Paulie on 136, Cannon on 112 points, and MX Bloxham in P7 in the Audi on 112. He's only ahead, 1 point ahead of GTR Wizard Fish. We saw last week had an up and down weekend. He's on 111 points in 8th position. Then you got Defon 34, 9th position on 92. Then it's Archangel Apache, the Reverend, 79 points there in P11. SOP Elbe, 60 points, and Rockley on 13 in P13 on 48 points. What did you think of the race last week, JJ, in the format? The two sprint races with the 2 separate qualifying. It was relatively exciting stuff there towards the end.
Yeah, sprint races do bring out lots of action as people tend to. They're less calm. I wouldn't necessarily say panic, but they do want to push the envelope a bit more with trying to make up as many positions as they can in the shorter races. There was plenty of action. The championships were very tight going into last round, especially in AM, but the gaps have all opened up. I think Drew Bug had an absolutely brilliant round last week, and he'll be looking forward to continuing that and finishing off the championship well. But the drivers around are still in striking distance. I don't think any of it's done and dusted with either of these championships.
Yeah.
And weather, it always brings out some action. So it will be interesting to see how this goes.
Yes, definitely. So the track is going to be wet this evening for tonight's proceedings. Let's have a quick look at the circuit. So we are at Misano, as mentioned earlier. It's 16 turns. It's a 4.26 kilometre circuit. Lots of very long straights here. So you've got between turn 6 and 8, there's a big long straight, and then out of turn 10 up to turn 12 as well with the straights. Track limits here, JJ, can be a bit of an issue as well. So it can be quite. You can pick up track limit warnings quite easily around here, and especially given the wet conditions tonight. What are your thoughts? What are your big challenges that you see around this circuit?
In the dry, it's a challenge. keeping within those track limits, especially through turns 4, 5, 6, and then also at the back edge of the circuit, turn 13, long, high-speed right-hander at the back of the straight. If you run wide, heading into the braking zone into 14, it's very easy to get your track cut through there. In the wet, it's just going to be a bigger challenge. Even hitting the curbs, there's been a bit of talk of cars becoming very unstable and tough to handle. So wet weather's tricky circuit. This is going to be a lot of fun.
All right,
Could be plenty of drama.
I think so, and it is a 70-minute race tonight, and we'll get to a bit more of the specifics of the race shortly, but we are going to go for another lap by to VP Giggity for taking us through the hot lap of Misano. We are moments away from this getting started. I will take you through just a little bit of fuel usage and top speeds around this circuit from cars as well, so just a little bit of extra information this week, and then we will go through the specifics of the race as well. So you can see that top speeds are all pretty much relative around the same there. The Lexus at 254, the BMW 252, the Lambo 253, and the McLaren 251. So it's all sort of hovering around. There's only 2 or 3 kilometre differences in top speeds around this circuit. You do have the pit stop with tyres as well. So we are going to see tyre stops this evening. And speaking of action getting started, we are about to get underway as well. So we might just go through the specifics of that very shortly while we watch the cars out on the circuit. But JJ, did you want to take us through the specifics of the race tonight?
So before that, so just a reminder of the qualifying, that the first 10 minutes is the AM drivers and the second 10 minutes is the pro drivers. So no one's heading out on track yet. I think the first lot are heading out there now. So the race format, it is a 70-minute race. There is no in-race refueling, which is going to be a huge challenge. I think it's a great concept. There is 2 pit stops with mandatory tyres. So you need to get your fuel level set perfectly to get to the end of the race with a minimal amount of fuel left over, and be mindful that, you know, with the extra tyres, you will be trying to push the limits. The thing that's going for these guys at the moment is that it is wet, so they will not be using as much fuel as what they normally would in the dry. So the challenge is still to have the least amount of fuel left over at the end of the race, because the speed advantage will be will be good, especially in the wet, being able to keep in control of these cars.
Yeah, so fuel management is going to be extremely important this evening. We've got Felker out there as well in the Porsche. He put on a pretty good effort last week, so he was a lot of fun to watch and commentate on. Herc, he's out there as well. So we've got 6 cars on the circuit. We saw Queen Killer having a little excursion there, but it looks like he's managed to get himself going without any dramas. But these guys will start to filter through, set some fast laps. I think we saw a 140.4 in the free practice session there as well. So we'll see what these boys can do, if they can get anywhere near that with the track in damp conditions. So 18 degrees track temperature, 21 degrees is the air temperature. What time of day it is, I'm not too sure. We might get back to that a little bit later. But we are going to see the first car go out for a time lap. He's going to be Infame Soul. So we'll see if he can get around with any without any issues around track limits in that BMW. So very nicely presented here. Making his way through turn 1. So no lights on for him. He's all sorted in that aspect. He's got the window wipers going, which suggests you that he uses the in-car camera angle as well. It's usually a dead giveaway if he uses either bonnet cam or in-car. Unless you're a bit of a special unit, you like to not have the window wipers on with in-car while it is raining, but it doesn't look like he's doing that right now. So making his way up into turn 8, Quercia, I think it's called. So no dramas so far on this lap, and as JJ pointed out, it is a 10-minute qualifying for the AM, 10-minute qualifying for the Pro as well. So Patrick, shout out to Felker and Cannon. They did 6 hours at Barcelona earlier today. Wow, that is super impressive. Super impressive. Thank you, Sir Patrick. Whew, that's some dedication from those boys.
That's a big day.
Yeah.
6 hours at Barcelona, that'll be an absolute chocker. So on PC too, with the new update and the effect it has on your tyres, doing 6 hours of Barcelona, having to look after them would be, that's a big effort. So well done, lads. It's really good to see. It's good to see you guys back out on track for this one.
Some big commitment from those boys. So we'll see. We'll keep a close eye on their progress. As Infame Soul, he is about to come through. I should mute my voice chat as well. There we go. So he goes into P1 right now, 141. I think Drewbug was going to be the next driver through here. He goes 4/10 slower. What about Felker in that red Porsche? Can't miss it. Just staying away from the sausage curves on the exit of turn 16. He might have. Oh yeah, he goes P3. So 6/10 off the pace there. This is Herc. Oh, he's had an off there at the final turn, so that is certainly not going to help him set a competitive time with only just over 5 minutes remaining as well. So this qualifying is short and sharp. You need to get out there, just circulate, try and get a rhythm and put in your best time within that small window of 10 minutes. This is Sharkbait God in that purple and black Porsche of his. He goes up there into P4, and then Queen Killer will be the final driver to set a time run. And he's made a liar of me there, so he might have had an issue on the opening lap. So right now, it's Infame Soul, Drewbug, Felker, and Sharkbait God. They're all the drivers that have set a time. Just waiting on Purple Snap, Herc, and Queen Killer to do theirs. And speaking of, here's Purple Snack in the McLaren. Had a good battle towards the end of race 2 last week. I think it was with his teammate, might have been not with Felker. I can't remember specifically who it was. Or maybe with the Reverend. Might have been with the Reverend. They've got similar liveries there. Purple Snack. So he's going to come across the line now. Let's see. There you go. Slots into P5. So nice work from him. And then I thought I saw 888 out there. Yeah, there's Drewbug. He doesn't go any faster than his previous time, so he'll remain there in P2 for now. Here comes Felker in that Porsche. He goes faster, so he moves himself up into P2 right now. Only 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this qualifying session. was changing conditions as well in the Barcelona endurance race too. So not exactly a walk in the park for those boys, for Cannon and Felker. What can Herc do? He goes P5. Nice work from Herc there. And then 664. This is Shark Bait. So all drivers have set a time so far. He's down there in P4.
So we just had Infame Soul back off at the start of the lap that he's on at the moment, as he's caught up to the back of Purple Snack and got through to about, I think it was turn 7, and then caught the back of him again. So he has been slightly held up. So hopefully he can get another lap in, because even though he was held up, he's already made up a fair amount of time in the rest of the lap. So there's plenty of time left in him.
Right on board with Infame Soul now. He's making his way through Caro. He is up on his best time. He was 2/10 up. Might have lost a little bit of time through there. So he's coming through 15 now, through 16 here. So he will improve on his time. Just under a 10th though, so not a massive increase. Here we got 888 Drew Bug. He moves up into P2, so he goes a little bit quicker. Coming to the closing stages of this one, so only a tick over 2 minutes remaining. Here's Herc. I do like this livery, Herc. I don't mind it. I like the, it's a peculiar colour. Green, it's almost like an Aston Martin racing green. I'm a fan, I like it with the orange.
Drew Bug is half a second up, and he's just caught the back of Purple Snack, the same spot. Hopefully he can get it through. I think he's going to get through. He's only lost a 10th out of that. So he's on for a good lap here. Could take pole off Infame Soul.
Alright, let's stay with him for now, as he's making his way through turn 8 here. This is turn
So
9.
the track has gone from damp to greasy throughout this session.
Alright, so
you've got to be on track at the end.
Alright, and the end is coming up very, very quickly. 1:15 remaining. This man here, Drew Bug, he's currently in P2. Let's see if he can improve. He's 2/10 behind Infame Soul, who's currently P1 in the pits. Only 4 cars out on the circuit. And we approach the final minute of this AM qualifying session. The pro drivers will come out as soon as this session ends for their 10 minutes. And then we'll go racing for 70 minutes around Misano. This is round 9, PanAm Racing. You are watching on the ACC Productions Ruse YouTube channel. Welcome aboard. Thank you for watching. Can we see Drew Bug improve? No, we can't. Oh, we can. He does. He goes a 1:41.3. So great work from him. We'll have to stay all the way to the end, JJ, because last week times changed in the dying moments as well, especially for the pro drivers. So we'll make sure we stay on board with everyone this week. This is Herc. So this is the closing seconds of the AM qualifying. This will be his last shot at it. He currently sits 4. It's a fair way off the pace, 1.8 seconds. Track is still greasy.
He's 6/10 up, so he's made a good improvement, but he stays in P4.
Yeah. So he will remain there for now. Here's Shark Bait. He is just about to come through 16. He's 2.7 seconds off the pace. He improves by a second, but he will remain there in P5 for now. So that is the AM qualifying done. It was Drew Bug, the fastest of the AM drivers. Infame Soul, Falco, Herc, Sharkbait, and Purple Snack. And now we are going to have the pro drivers who will make their way out on circuit. This man impressed me last week, GTR Wizard. He had a little bit of bad luck in the second race, I think it was. So be interesting to see what sort of pace he has. He was very quick last week around Monza. So we'll see if he's got the same in store for us. Cannon. Now, Cannon didn't race last week from memory, from my notes anyway. So good to have him on board. So he's done the 6 hour of Barcelona already with Falca. So he's backing up again. He'll feel nice and comfortable in his rig anyway. He would have spent a lot of time in there. We've got J Mer coming out. The Reverend out there in that menacing black liveried McLaren of his. Who else do we have out on the circuit? We got Defon. He was fun to watch last week, Defon, in the Aston Martin. So we'll see what these guys have got in store for us. Wherever you are in the world, whether it's the morning, afternoon or evening, welcome. Or if you're live or on replay, don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button as well. Plenty of content on this channel as well. We've got PC leagues, we've got console leagues. We are the premier ACC console league in Australia as well. If you watched the Bathurst Enduro that we had on Tuesday night, we had a couple of little glitches with the lobby, but after 90 minutes of racing, it was still very, very tight at the end there. So plenty of great drivers out there. The PC league as well. My co-commentator JJ Penguin, he does that solo by himself, so that is definitely worth a watch. Some super fast guys through there. Plus we've got PanAm too, so for our North American viewers. So plenty of action on the channel. Plenty of time, plenty of action to keep you occupied as well over these holiday period. All right, here's GTR Wizard. He's going to be the first pro driver to set a time. Let's jump on board with him, see how he's going as he makes his approach to turn 10. Tremanto. No troubles coming through there. Tremanto actually means sunset. So I don't think we're going to be seeing the sun anytime today in this race. Nice and
done your research, mate. It's good
I
to
have,
see.
yeah. I've got plenty of notes here. I can gently go through them throughout the 70 minutes. Won't shoot all my bullets in qualifying. I'll save some for the race. Here he goes through Misano. This is 16, so let's see. He's going to be the first driver of the Pro Division to set a time. And he goes a 140.7, so straight to the top of the table. Here's Cannon. He'll be the next driver to set a time. He goes P2, and then J Mer, he moves himself up into P2 now. So he takes that position away from Cannon. What can Defon do in the Aston Martin? He goes P6, so nice result from him. I'm Not Jimmy in the bright pink Lamborghini. He goes P1. You got to be fast with a livery like that, and he's living up to it. The Reverend, he goes into P8. And then we've got the last driver, Fiesta, as well. So he is in that papaya orange McLaren. And I had some notes about Fiesta as well, which I'll try and get through now. Is he going to set a time? He does. He goes top of the times with a 140 flat. So 6/10 faster than I'm Not Jimmy. Here's Javar, the Australian from Queensland, Australia. Just running a little bit close to those sausage curbs there at the exit of 16. He goes to P2. So good result for him. Plenty of drivers still out on the circuit circulating. GTR Wizard, this will be his second time run. We have just over 5 minutes remaining in this pro qualifying session. This is to set the final grid for round 9. I wonder if he got a track limit warning there. We're about to find out as he makes it a relatively long run to the checkered flag there. P4, that is where he will remain. Cannon, he's coming through in that Porsche right now. Currently P6, he's got J-Mer right behind him. He doesn't improve on that. What can J-Mer do? He doesn't improve on his time either. Defon currently sitting P9. Only 2 drivers haven't set a time yet. That's Queen Killer and Ram Driver. We have I'm Not Jimmy. He doesn't improve, so he remains there in P3. And then the Reverend, he is in P10 right now. So coming to the closing stages of this one, but it is this man on screen, Fiesta. He is leading the way with a 140.014 as a very quick time. It's almost 4/10 better than anyone else on the circuit so far. Can he improve on that time as he makes his way to the line? No, he doesn't. So he will still remain in P1. This man here, Javar, he is looking to upset Fiesta right now as he slings that Porsche through the final turn. He About to cross the line. He does improve on his time, but not quite good enough to snatch pole from Fiesta. As we've got 3.5 minutes left. I see some new names in the chat. Hello, Apache. I wish I was in a storm. I wish I was in the storm. Killed my power. Awesome to still be able to watch. Oh, so maybe it wasn't in a storm. Oh, that's not good to hear. If you're in North America, it is winter over there. So I know that we do have drivers from all across the United States. Hope you're all enjoying your winter so far. I saw in the chat a couple of weeks ago, snow has fallen in some of the parts of the country where you guys are. So it seems to be getting quite cold over there. Cannon, he goes to P5. JMO goes up into P2. And then we've got Defon as well. Simnut Racing Sims, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you this evening or afternoon, wherever you are? I'm not Jimmy, in P4 still. And the Reverend goes top with a 139.9. Nice work there. So that McLaren, it's a McLaren 1-2 right now. He's upset Fiesta from P1. What can he do as we approach the final 2 minutes and 20 seconds of this qualifying session? Fiesta makes his run to the line. Can he take pole away from the Reverend? He does with a 139.7. So he goes almost 2 tenths faster than the other McLaren that's out on the circuit. 2 of 3 McLarens out there this evening. We've got quite a few Porsches as well. Lamborghinis. We've got a good mix of cars. One of those Porsches is a Javar. He goes P3. So nice time from him. And then currently sitting in P4 is GTR Wizard. I like this livery. It's simple. It's easy. Black and white. Good complementary colours here. Comes through 15. Stays off those curbs, off the sausage curbs. Through 16 now. He's up on his best time, almost by 4 tenths. And he moves up 1 spot to P5. So it is very tight still. At the top. Here's JMO in the Bentley. He's currently P4. He doesn't improve on his time. Cannon, he doesn't improve on his time either. And then we have Defon. He's currently sitting in P7. That's where he'll remain for now. We have a minute remaining. Here's the Reverend. He has been unseated from the pole position right now. Jimmy, I'm not Jimmy. He's still in P16. And here's our pole position sitter right now as we approach less than 40 seconds remaining in qualifying. We're going to get round 9 of PanAm underway very, very shortly. Fiesta, he's almost 2 tenths faster than the Reverend. He doesn't improve on that, but he doesn't need to right now because he's going to be starting from pole position with 25 seconds remaining. Javar, all the way from Queensland, Australia. What can he do in that Porsche? Currently sitting P3. Doesn't improve on his time. So he's got 1 more lap to go at it. This would be GTR Wizard's final shot at it. Coming through Caro. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, he runs very wide there, and he upsets the car, so he's not going to improve on his time. Jamer, he's making his way through the final turn now in that red and black Bentley. He's currently P4. Will he improve on that time? No, he doesn't. So he'll remain there in P4. Cannon, he moves up into P7. I'm not Jimmy in the number 69 pink car, Lamborghini. Let's see what he can do. He's currently P6. Clock's gone 000. So this will be his last run. And he's going to start from P6. 3rd row of the grid. Here's our pole setup. Will Fiesta continue to go for it? Or will he back off? We'll wait and see. He's making his way through the final turn. Long run to the line. He's currently 2 tenths fast. He goes even faster. So 4.5 tenths faster than the Reverend there. This is Javar. So this is the only man on circuit who can upset Fiesta. It's going to take an absolutely cracking time from him to do it. what can he do as he makes his run to the line? He goes P3, so a good result there for Javar. But it is going to be Fiesta who takes pole position with a 1:39.4. Congratulations to him. The Reverend is going to start in P2. Javar, he's going to start there in P3. Jamer, he will be beginning from the second row of the grid. GTR Wizard, he'll be hoping to avoid a bit of trouble like he did. Found himself in a bit of trouble last week. I'm Not Jimmy, who's going to be starting there in P6. We've got Cannon in P7 there. Defon, he will begin in P8. Drewbug, he will be. It took the fastest time in the AM. He's going to start in P9. Infame Soul in the BMW, he will begin in P10. Falca, after his 6 hours of Barcelona, he's going to start P11. Herc in P12. Sharkbait, he will begin there in P13. Then we've got Purple Snack. He is going to start there in P14. Ram Driver in 16th. And then we've got Queen Killer in 17th. And I'm not too sure who's going to start from P15, but we will find out shortly. JJ, what did you make of that session?
Super tight. Apart from that 4/10 gap by Fiesta, it is super tight behind that. The track got quicker and quicker as it began to dry out, and the times kept falling. You just had to be on track at the end with a decent set of tyres to get a time in, and it was great to see Reverend up the top there as well. Fiesta, Javar and Jamer, who are in a pretty tight championship battle. And there's a few other guys in amongst that as well in this race. So, it'll be great to see how this one goes. And then Drewbug, who's leading the way for Am. I think he was just on track as the track's drying out as well and was able to get a time in. It's going to be. Hopefully they've got all their fuel levels right for this one.
That's going to be
It's a pretty exciting race.
I think that's going to be the main thing here is fuel, making sure that you're fueled up. It's going to be tricky conditions in the beginning as well with full tanks too. So it's a 2-stop race. Tyres are mandatory. No fuel to be taken. It's about 1:20 to change all 4 tyres. So we'll be keeping a close eye on those pit stop times tonight. But it is going to be a lot of strategy that will be in play here. It's going to be a 70-minute race as well. So different to what we saw last week. We saw the 2 30-minute sprint races around Monza. This is just a straight 70-minute one race for these guys. And we've got a good grid. We've got 16 on the grid there. So it said 17 after qualifying, but maybe someone's dropped out. But Fiesta, the McLaren's looking good right now up there in P1 and P2. And that was in the notes that you sent through, JJ. The McLarens do tend to go around, go pretty good around here as well. And then, Fiesta is generally pretty good in the wet, and he has proven that to be so this evening already, putting himself on pole position. And we are less than a minute away. Sir Patrick, you're asking about who wins in the Abu Dhabi tomorrow. Can you please not mention qualifying, because I'm yet to watch Q3. So please, no spoilers in the chat. I'm going to watch it as soon as it finishes. So. If you could avoid that. Who's going to win? I'm hoping Max wins the championship, to be honest. It'd be good, but I think he's going to have quite a few championships in his future as well.
20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds to go. We'll get the warm-up lap going. And who's your pick for this race, JJ? Do you have any predictions?
10 seconds.
Oh, I can't go past Fiesta. McLaren's strong. He's strong in the wet. I think it's I've got him down there as Javar's in the pits off the start.
That is not good for the stream because the camera is locked on Javar, and that is going to make it difficult. We're not going to see a warm-up lap, so my apologies for that. Who else? Do we have 2 in the pits? well. So part of this game is that the last car that you choose to have the camera on, it locks on that car until they go racing. So between qualifying and the race. So I do apologise for that. The cars will circulate around. In the meantime, we're just going to have to watch Javar sitting in the pits, unfortunately. Do apologise for that, but that's just one of the... Yeah,
it's an unfortunate thing with this broadcast mode on console that you cannot swap between cars. And hopefully that's fixed in the next update and give us that little bit of functionality to make the streams a lot nicer. A proper broadcast mode like we have on PC and the ability to change cars would go a long way.
I've watched Q1, Q2, Sir Patrick, so I like the sense of humour though. Alright, so they're making their way through Tremanto.
Well done, Patrick.
Yeah.
Well done.
Alright, making their way through Tremanto now, so maybe just a little bit of notes about this circuit. This is quite a peculiar circuit because 2006, the actual direction of the track changed. So it changed from anti-clockwise to clockwise. I can't think of a circuit that's actually happened to as well. So it's a bit of a quirk about this, and that happened in 2006. So interesting little tidbit there, but mainly being used for motorcycle racing. It's got a lot of motorcycle history there. Obviously, in the name, it was changed to Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli after his unfortunate passing away in November 2011. I think that was at Malaysia as well with, was it wet conditions? I can't remember, but Valentino Rossi was involved with that as well. So very unfortunate circumstances there, but they've honoured him by naming the circuit after him, which I think is a very, very nice touch as well. All right, they're about to make their way through turn 16. As soon as they cross that line, I will be able to put cars on the screen. So, not too sure what's happened to Javar. He's obviously not hit the drive button on time. We'll wait for... There it is. Beautiful. All right, we can have a look now. There we go. So, we've got round 9 started. Fiesta and the Reverend are going to drag down into the first corner here. Looks like everyone's made it through relatively unscathed so far, but Fiesta has gotten through, so he will take the lead past the Reverend. And, oh, we've got J-Mer making a move. I'm Not Jimmy is up there, so is GTR Wizard. So he's moved himself already into P3. And the Reverend, he's lost a couple of spots, so he's dropped down a few already. He's coming under attack from the Porsche of Cannon already. Oh, that was the GTR Wizard. He rode those bumps. Was lucky that he didn't get the car too much more unsettled than that. But they make their way down into turn 8. Cuersa for the first time this evening. It's going to be Fiesta leading from J-Mer, leading from GTR Wizard. I'm Not Jimmy in there. And this is Cannon making a move on the Reverend. So he's dropped a handful of spots already. So not a great start from him. You got Defon in the Aston Martin in there, and Falcon just having a look at those boys as well. So the main thing though is everyone's managed to get away nicely, and Javar, he's finally exited the pits, and he's got a lot of ground to make up in this one. It is a 70-minute race, though, so plenty to go in the race. 2 stops. Tyres are mandatory. No refueling tonight. So just getting on with it there. And this is going to be an interesting one. So main thing is everyone's managed to get away. Fiesta already pulling out a second lead over J-Mer in the Bentley. And they're all on their best behaviour. There's been no incidents on lap 1.
A couple of bits of slight contact, but they've all got through really clean.
Yeah.
Javar is just over 20 seconds behind the field. So, yeah, that was really unfortunate for him in a championship battle to either it was a glitch and chucked him in the pits to start off with, or he's just... last moment changes to setup, and he's unable to press drive.
Yeah, so we've all been there. We've all done it. This is Ram Driver and Purple Snack. Oh, they make a little bit of contact there as they go through Rio. But he's right on the back of him here. We know that the Lexus has a top-end speed advantage. Let's see if he can get in the toe here. And as they go into turn 8, he goes later on the brakes. He's able to send it up the inside. Pulls it up in time as well. So nice move there from the Lexus driver of Ram. And then I think, who else is going to have a little look at that? I think the Herc was in there as well. So Ram driver, sorry, Purple Snack dropping a little bit further back. As Javar, he's in the pits already, so he's made a stop. So that's that does make sense after starting from the pit lane. Try and get the minimize the pain at the back end of the race. Get it out of the way now and try and work his way up through the field of this 70-minute round 9 of PanAm racing. It's Fiesta. He's only 6/10 ahead now of Jamer, who we see on screen. So it's 8/10 now, and I'm not Jimmy. Has he moved himself up into P3? I think he has. He's managed to get past GTR Wizard, who now is just coming under a little bit of pressure from the Reverend, who did not have a great start. He started in P2. He's dropped all the way down into P5 right now at the start of this one. So maybe those greasy conditions, that's what it is at the moment. Maybe not agreeing with him from the start, but he'll just work into his rhythm now, sitting behind GTR Wizard and work his way, trying to work out how he'll get past that Ferrari while we see Cannon and Defont. They're joined together right now as well.
So the battle at the front of the field's tightening up with Jamer has been able to close that gap to half a second. So Fiesta will be coming under pressure, and they've got Javar, who has stayed on the lead lap just ahead of these two. So Javar will be wanting to get away from these guys here.
Alright, so he will want to just try and stay out of their way as much as possible while continuing his race. But this is Jamer all over the back of that McLaren now. So it looked like he might have, Fiesta might have just walked away with it a little bit there. Or he opened up a pretty big gap, but Jamer has closed that down. And you can see this is exactly what it is. This is for the lead right now. Bentley not exactly known for its top speed, but neither is the McLaren. But the McLaren does go quite well around here and in the wet. And Fiesta obviously showing his speed as well, putting it on pole position. This will be a good battle between these two as it begins to evolve. We're in the opening stages of this one, so long way to go in this 70-minute race. 2 pit stops tonight. Tyres are mandatory, no refueling, so it is going to be about managing your fuel. Would have fueled it up to would have brimmed it. Or those who are a little bit better at their fuel management might have tried to take advantage of a lighter fuel load. As Jamer just letting know Fiesta he's there. Here we go. So you got a really good run out of turn 8. They're going to go door to door here through Brutapella. And so Jamer, here we go. He's in a bit of a hurry, this man. Pulls out of the draft. Doesn't see anything he likes there. So maybe Fiesta just not enjoying the conditions perhaps with a full fuel load right now. And maybe Jamer just feeling a little bit more comfortable. Runs a little bit deep there, but nothing too bad. Doesn't give away too much time. And they've still got Javar in front of them. He did start in P3. And there we go. So Fiesta has decided to make his pit stop. So he gets it out of the way. 1 or 2 drivers. That means Jamer will inherit the lead here. And Fiesta will have to do his stop in the meantime.
Not Jimmy was a second quicker than Jamer on that lap, so that gap's coming down as well.
Alright, we'll keep an eye on him. JJ will give us, will fill us in with times throughout the broadcast as well, just to keep everyone up to date with who's the fastest cars out there. One of the fast cars is Fiesta. He's just behind GTR Wizard. And we'll just keep an eye on that gap between J-Mer and I'm Not Jimmy, down to 2.5 seconds now between him and the bright pink Lamborghini of I'm Not Jimmy. But this is the Reverend, so he's moved back up into P4 after the pit stop from Fiesta, who still is in the pits, and I think, is he getting going? He is. So he's off. So he'll resume hostilities now, make his way out there. He will have dropped all the way down to P15, I believe. No, P14, because he'll be in front of Javar. So Javar just going to struggle to stay on the lead lap. That's the big thing for him after starting from the pit lane. Might have a look at Ram Driver now. He's just tucked in behind Sharkbait. So these drivers are down there in P9 and P10. That Lexus is going to look to make his way past the Porsche. They've got Drewbug just up the road from these guys, about 5.5. Oh, not too far actually. Yeah, well, a little while. Sorry, my mistake. 5.5 seconds. But it's J-Mer leading by 2.8, so he pulls out 3/10 on I'm Not Jimmy. Oh no! What happened to? What are you doing, Sharkbait? What's going on there? So he's lost it at turn 16, the final turn. That's allowed Ram Driver to just slip through there, and Queen Killer makes his way past. He's got Herc a little bit further down the road. So he makes a mistake at turn 16. And that's cost him a couple of positions. So no good for Sharkbait. We'll get back to the Reverend though, because he's all over the back of GTR Wizard. And Cannon is starting to make his way, get himself involved in this fight as well right here. They're down in P3, P4, P5. The gap is still 2.8 seconds between J-Mer and I'm Not Jimmy. These three cars pretty much the closest on the circuit. Cannon, he's got the lights on. The Reverend having a look out of turn 10. That's Tremanto. Can he get a run on him? Let's have a quick look. Go on board with him. Just had to lift for a moment there. So the McLarens do go quite well around here. Oh, he's got to go around the outside. That is a cracking move from the Reverend. Can he pull it up? Oh, look at this. They're going to be, they're almost going to go side by side there as well. But, wow. Talk about having confidence in greasy conditions. The Reverend had full faith in his car there. So that was a great move. Let's see what he's got in store for GTR Wizard. They make their way back up to turn 1 and begin another lap. Oh, GTR Wizard runs a little bit deep there. The Reverend just trying to get him on the cutback. Maybe the Wizard just struggling a little bit here. And Reverend's got his tail up. Just that short shift, very common through that part of the circuit. Oh, another short shift as well. Up into third, and GTR Wizards just managed to just gap him a little bit more, but that's opened it up for Cannon. So he's got the lights full ablaze right now. He's in P5 in that Porsche. Hello, RR Boosted 45. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Got another driver in the pits. It's Drewbug. Just try and get my notes sorted. Here he is. So that's lap 6. That's 3 drivers, I do believe, who have stopped so far. Drewbug, Fiesta, and Javar. And so Define just joining on the end of this this little train here. It's 3.3 seconds now, the gap between J-Mer and I'm Not Jimmy. So I'm Not Jimmy had a little bit of pace there, but has fallen away a little bit. The gap was opened up by about half a second now. As here's the Reverend again. GTR Wizard, he's going to duck into the pits. So that means the Reverend will slip through there and he'll come up into P3. So the Ferrari deciding that was enough for him. He'll come into the pits and Now this man here, so Cannon, didn't see him race last week. Put on a good showing so far. Started down there in P7, moved his way up into P4, but got plenty of pit stops still to go to shake this out. But he's had a good start to the race nonetheless. And now he's going to chase down that black McLaren in front of him. They make their way out of turn 6. Come up to turn 8 of Curiosa. Curiosa means the oak as well, so that's another little tidbit. What it's referring to, I'm not too sure. I dare say there probably would have been an oak tree there or something when they were building the circuit, as most names get. That's what I found in my research anyway. It's usually something that was already there that they'll name it after. Not my favourite corner name though, that's for sure. That definitely goes to Bombhole at Snetterton. So here's Cannon.
You love saying that in a broadcast, don't you?
It's the best one. That and barbecue at Kyalami, turn 5. They're definitely...
Oh, yes.
Or crocodiles. Kyalami's just full of them. Crocodiles, mineshaft. What else you got? I think you got Sunset in there too. The S's. It's just great to call. But we're here at Misano, so we won't talk about Kyalami. What do you got for me, JJ? You got some times for me?
So Jamer has slowly eked the gap out to 3 seconds over Jimmy. The times are fluctuating by about half a second, so it is hard to be consistent. And since his pit stop, Fiesta has put in the fastest lap of the race at a 140.2, and he's lapping about half a second quicker than Jamer and I'm Not Jimmy. So he's gone for the undercut, gained a bit of ground on them, and it will come back to these guys towards the end of the race, I think, trying to split their tyre strategy to have a more consistent amount of pace. So there's a lot to play out in this one.
Alright, so that gap has come down a little bit, 3 seconds between Jamer and I'm Not Jimmy. We're riding with Cannon here. Defon, he's right behind in the Aston Martin. Might jump on board with him. Listen to that engine sing. Quite a distinctive note in the Aston. So just following Cannon through there in the Porsche. Window wipers working furiously. Can't really see any rain falling. I think the track was still greasy. 11:21 game time AM. He's going to begin another lap here. Let's have a look who else out there. Do we have any other cars that are a little bit closer? Not really right now. Gap is under 3 seconds, just between I'm Not Jimmy and Jamer. They're out in front. So drivers that have stopped, who've made their pit stops already. Fiesta, Javar, GTR Wizard and Drew Bug. The Wizard and Drew Bug and Javar, they're all down there in 13th, 14th, 15th. And Fiesta making his way up to P11 right now. So we might just cut across to him very, very shortly. As Defon just closing up a little bit further, but I see a bit of action happening right here. This is Sharkbait and Queen Killer. So we saw Sharkbait make a little mistake earlier on. He lost that position to Queen Killer. That was at turn 16. He's looking to rectify that now. Oh, that's not a place that you want to run wide. I think he almost got past Queen Killer, but that little mistake cost him.
Eric's got a watching brief on these two as well. We'll pick up the pieces if something goes wrong.
Yeah, he's right there, ready to just ready to pick up the pieces if anything falls apart between these two. We did see Sharkbait make that mistake, so Oh, no, Herc! What have you done, son? Oh, dear. So, he's just lost it coming through. I think that was through 11 or 12 there. No, it was through 11. So, he's got a bit of damage there. He looks like he hit the wall pretty hard as well. As Purple Snack, he makes his way into the pits. So, yeah, Herc needed to be there to pick up the pieces, but it was him who was falling apart. So, no good for Herc in the Bentley. He's going to make his way into the pits. That's a pretty common sense approach there. So, while Purple Snack is in there as well. So, unfortunate for him. 3.5 seconds now is the gap between I'm Not Jimmy and J-Mer. So, it's sort of just yo-yoing between sort of 3 to 3.5 seconds. What isn't yo-yoing though right now is Defon and Cannon. So the Reverend's just pulled away from these guys a little bit, giving himself a bit of fresh air. And now that Porsche of Cannon, he's going to have to keep one eye in the rear view mirror because he's got Defon in that Aston Martin closing him down. Track conditions still greasy. 18 degrees air temperature, 22 degrees track temperature. It looked like Cannon made a little bit of a mistake there coming into Caro. And he's going to follow him through 16. Oh, here we go. So, Defon's been behind Cannon for a little while. We are approaching the 20-minute mark of this one. We'll do a quick little race overview shortly, but I'd just like to follow the action here. We've seen, I think there's that Queen Killer coming out of the pits there. Not too sure that I saw him enter, but alright, this is going to be good between the Aston and the Porsche. Herc's still in the pits. And Queen Killer, has he stopped? He has. Alright, I missed that one. So these boys are going to make their way up to Brudapella. Actually named after a farmer who farmed there. So, just near the fields that were used for the track. Used to build the circuit. Similar to Tarzan at turn 1 at Zandvoort as well. He was a farmer there. He didn't want to give up his land and said, name a corner after me and I'll think about it. And they did. As these boys making their way now through 15.
I didn't know Tarzan was from Belgium.
Yeah, they got some strange names over there. This is Caro. This is translates to wagon curve. And it looks like Defon's just trying to hitch his wagon to that Porsche. No, he goes. All right. He comes into the pits, Defon. So that'll be his stop all done.
One thing about this pit stop requirements is that each pit stop will take the same amount of time. So it is all about getting in and out as quickly as you can, hitting your marks in the pits.
Yeah.
And
so true.
So the gap at the front is just eked out even further, so 6.5 seconds. I think it's going to be between J-Mare and Fiesta.
Yeah, well, I think I'm Not Jimmy made a mistake because it's now 6.5 seconds. It was hovering around 3.5, so I reckon he's made a bit of a mistake somewhere, and he's lost a big chunk of time to J-Mare.
So the lap times between J-Mare and Fiesta are very consistent, very close, mid 140s. So I think this is where the battle's going to be, is between these two guys and how this strategy plays out. Just over 20 minutes gone in the race. Yeah. There's plenty more to come.
Yeah, so let's do a quick little debrief here as we're with Fiesta. He's making his way past Sharkbait God in that purple Porsche. So he moves up another spot. He now moves up into P6. So he completed his stop early. He's looking very good in this one. So right now, as it stands with 22 minutes gone, it's J-Mer in the lead. I'm Not Jimmy, the Reverend, Cannon. I'm Not Jimmy coming into the pits. Let's have a quick look. Like you said, there's a really good point that you make there, JJ, around hitting your marks. So, and let's see if I'm Not Jimmy does exactly that. Because you don't want to get in the situation where you got to reverse and then you got to go forward again. But looks like he's all good. So no pit animation. So we'll get away from that for now. Get back to Fiesta, I think. There he is. Yeah, so here it is. So JMO in P1. The Reverend. I'm Not Jimmy in P3. So he will drop out of that position shortly. Cannon, Falca, Fiesta, Sharkbait God, GTR Wizard, Defon, and Drewbug. That's your top 10. Drivers that have pitted is... I'm Not Jimmy is one of them. He's in the pits right now as we speak. He's going to be overtaken here by Fiesta as well. So he'll move up another spot. Pole position sitter. And I'm Not Jimmy making his way out now, but it's to no avail. So Fiesta is able to get through there and take the spot away from him. And I'm Not Jimmy. No, I don't think you'll drop any more spots than that. I'm just trying to see the drivers coming through turns 2 and 3 there. They're looking like they're a bit further down the field. That's Herc and someone else. So I'm Not Jimmy. He's on track right now. So Fiesta, I'm Not Jimmy, GTR Wizard, Defon, Drewbug, Javar, Queen Killer, Herc, and Purple Snack. They've all made their stops so far.
So Herc and I'm not too sure who the other car is here. There's been some big dramas in Sector 1.
Not too sure. We'll get to that in a moment. This is J-Mert making his way into the pits. Thanks, Jetpack Jones.
That was Sharkbait God and Herc who have come together there.
Oh, he's got a bit of damage there. Sharkbait, I'm having a look. No. Oh, he does have a bit of damage. Look at that on the side of the car. So, good spot, JJ.
And there was a Lexus in the fence as well at the back edge of the circuit. On that lap then as well, as I'm just looking at the replay.
Ram Driver's been in that. Yeah, Ram Driver's been in the pits for a little while now. So I dare say that
it was on that lap. So as we were looking, it was happening as I was looking at Herc and or the lap before. So that might be why that car was in the pits there.
He's spending a lot of time in there as well. So I think you've put the pieces together for us there, JJ.
Well, it actually, to be honest, it actually looked like he was about to disconnect the way the car acted in that moment.
Okay.
So he had a big off and then rode along the fence. So it's hopefully it's not so bad.
All right. Well, we'll follow that story as it evolves. But right now, it's the Reverend. As Sharkbait, he makes his stop now. He's in P1. Cannon, 2.2 seconds behind him in that Porsche. And then Falco, that's your top 3. But those 3 guys have not stopped. They will have to make their first stop. So those 3, as well as Sharkbait God, he's making his stop now. So it'll only be 3 remaining. Once Sharkbait completes his stop, it'll only be 3 drivers remaining who will have not made their stops yet. And as I say that, this man makes his way into the pits. So that 25-minute mark of the race seems to be popular with drivers to come in, as we see Sharkbait in there. That's the stricken Lexus. And looks like he's in there. Yep, made his stop. All right, he's stationary. Let's get back to... I'd be interested to see where Fiesta is. This is Javar. He's still in the lead lap. Down there in P10. He's got Herc behind him, but Herc could possibly have been lapped. I'm not too sure.
So Fiesta's come out for... Well, Jamer's come... a decent gap behind Fiesta. So those times early on... So, I mean... Fiesta's last lap was a 40.3, so it was only 4 tenths off the quickest. And we've got Jamer, who is, we won't really know until the end of this lap where he's going to be at.
Alright, so the Reverend is coming out with Jamer. Where are you, Jamer? Here he is. P4 right now. So behind Fiesta. So this is Jamer, and yeah, so he's just behind JJ, not too far down the road. We saw just a blur of him in the background there. So those 2 tight out on the circuit. And that was I'm Not Jimmy. He was just getting past Sharkbait God there as well. So he's shaken out into P5. So we'll just wait for Falca and Cannon. I do believe they're the two drivers that did the 6 hour of Barcelona. And Ram Driver's still out, still in the pits as well. So a pretty spread out field right now. Not much action on the track, but obviously it's all about the strategy in this race. With a 2 tyre stop, mandatory, no refueling. But everyone seems to have been kind of on the same sort of the same level. A lot of drivers pitting around the sort of between lap 10 and lap 14 seemed to be the most popular. Javar went in early on lap 1. GTR Wizard and Drewbug, they went in on 6 and 7. So they were kind of the two contrarians. Fiesta, he went in on lap 3 as well. So we'll see. It's working out well for Fiesta. The other guys, Drewbug, he is down there in P9, so the AM driver. And the other one, GTR Wizard, he went in just a lap later. He's in P6. So looking like that's the good call right now. We've got just a tick over 41 minutes remaining. So we're approaching the halfway mark, this 70-minute race. Round 9 of PanAm Racing. 9 to 10, the penultimate round.
Yes, the early stop for Fiesta has given him a huge benefit out of this. He's been able to bridge that gap to J-Mare and get past him in that pit sequence. Stopping early, getting clean air, and just putting in consistent laps. He is in the zone at the moment. He's very consistent, low 1 minute 40s now, and he's been able to just continue to build that gap over J-Mare. I thought J-Mare might have been a bit quicker with a fresh set of boots, so still a bit to play out in this one, but Fiesta's doing it quite well at the moment.
All right, so this is Cannon and Falco, the two Porsches, making their way into the pits. They're stopped, so that means this man here, Fiesta, he will inherit the lead once again. This is where he started, and he'll take those 2 spots from those boys. So will J-Mer, so he'll move through. I'm Not Jimmy. And then we've got, we're waiting for GTR Wizard. He'll take a couple of spots as well. And looks like the Reverend will be in there too. So just trying to see, here's Cannon. So he's making his way out now. There's GTR Wizard. So I think the Reverend might come out just behind Cannon. Let's see. It's a strange pit lane here. Nah, he's done it. So the Reverend just manages to get ahead of Cannon. Look at that. That's how close they are on the circuit right now. So both of those drivers have made their stops. 484 is coming out. That's Falca. So the car coming through there is number 12. That's Javar. But the other one that we need to keep an eye on, is it 144? That's Herc as well. So I don't think that is for position, but this is where the battle is on the circuit. Two closest cars out there right now, the Reverend and Cannon. And in saying that, everyone now has made their stops. Ram Driver's still in there, so I'm not too sure if that's a terminal issue for him. We still have 15 drivers, including him, 14 on the circuit, circulating. And we are not far away from hitting the halfway mark of this one of round 9, but it is Fiesta. It's 4.8 seconds is the gap between him and J-Mer. I'm Not Jimmy, GTR Wizard, and the Reverend Al Jefe. That's your top 5 right now. That's how it sits. Pretty evenly poised right now as well. The top 5 there, all kind of, that's roughly where they all started. J-Mer was in P2. I'm Not Jimmy. He's moved himself up into P3 after starting P6. So he's had a good run in the first half of this one. A Sharkbait God. He's going to make his second stop. So he'll be the only driver to have made 2 stops. Let's see if he hits his marks. Looks like it. Nice work from him. So he'll get that stop completed. And then that little box will turn green and he won't need to pit for another... for the remainder of the race, which will have about just under 38 minutes remaining. 37 probably by the time that he comes out of that stop. Just having a look here. These are, yeah, the two fastest cars. Sorry, two closest cars on the circuit. They got GTR Wizard just up the road as well. So the Reverend and Cannon will be hoping to try and catch the Ferrari of the Wizard. But no one can catch this man right here, Fiesta. And what we might do, actually, might just give you a little bit of a break from my voice. We might just jump on board with Fiesta and watch him do a lap of the Misano circuit. So not his fastest lap of the circuit, but Fiesta looking relatively comfortable there as Javar and Queen Killer, they both make their second stops as well. So Javar obviously came in on lap 1. He's gone 19 laps to get to his second stop. So he's
halfway mark. Keep pushing.
He's clean as we hear the halfway mark has been reached. Oh, Cannon just getting a little bit squirrely there out of turn 16. So that's not going to do his chances any good of catching the Reverend, who's a little bit further up ahead. 2 seconds now. It's 5.2 seconds between Jamer and Fiesta. As Drewbug, he's coming in for his second stop. So he stopped 14 laps ago. We're on lap 20. He came in at lap 6. As we see Queen Killer getting underway. So one in, one out. And Falca, he only just pitted not so long ago, just a couple of laps ago. So he's getting both of his stops out of the way nice and quickly. And he'll go the second half of this one without stopping. And he just comes in, pulls up behind Drewbug there. And Queen Killer. So Queen Killer, Javar and Sharkbait all have completed their stops right now.
Jamer's found another clip of pace here. He's he was not far off his quickest lap of the race, and as I'm saying that, he's actually dropped a couple tenths on this lap again. So towards the back end of the last sector was a little bit untidy, but he's on the pace now. He's definitely on after Fiesta now.
We've just got a that's Sharkbait up there, who's just wants to try and get himself out of the way. He's down in P14. He's completed both of his stops, but he want to just get out of the way. Jamer, who's fast approaching, and he does so. Nice work. This is the McLaren here of Purple Snack, and he manages to get through there without any dramas as well. Good driving from those other guys, just letting the faster car through. Purple Snack might be trying to just pick up a little bit of a tow from him there. He's down there in P13, and him and Sharkbait are both racing for position. So it is always a little bit difficult when you've got the faster guys coming through in your own private battle as well. But they managed to navigate that without any dramas. Might get to that battle between those two. They are down in P13 and 14. So Purple Snack, he has completed completed one stop. Sharkbait's completed both of his. And there he goes, sending down the inside. Looks like he managed to get that done. Looks like a bit of a wild ride there for a moment. But Sharkbait had it under control. And he takes that position away from Purple Snack. Looks like he dropped... Oh, no, he's got some of the faster guys coming through as well. So drivers that have completed both of their stops, Drewbug, Javar, Falca, Queen Killer, and Sharkbait, who we have on screen right now. We've almost... oh, he's run deep again here. So he's got... it's not going to cost him a position, though, because Purple Snack is a little bit further behind. He's got Drewbug now, keeping him company. Lets him through there. So once again, some good driving that we're seeing here. Guys just getting out of people's way when they need to. So it's always makes life a little bit easier when you've got someone who is cooperative with the blue flags. 4.9 seconds now, the gap between Fiesta and J-Mo. What are their times at the moment? JJ, question without notice.
40.8 for Fiesta, that last lap, and a 41 flat for J-Mer. So J-Mer was a bit off the pace on that last one,
yep.
But he's on for a low 40 on this lap.
That's J-Mer. All right, let's see if he can pull it out here. Oh, he's 2/10 down on his best time, which is a 40.3. That Bentley rides the sausage curves pretty well. Tricky conditions though, being greasy. And he's not going to quite do a 40 here. He does do a 40, makes a liar of me, 40.7.
Fiesta has come in to get his second stop out of the way.
Here we go. So 30 minutes remaining. He'll have both of his stops done. Hits his marks fine. I'm Not Jimmy. He's come through there. Just having a look at... this would be GTR Wizard. He'll make his way past... I think Purple Snack is making his second stop here. So he stopped 13 laps ago. Who else will make their way through? Oh, Cannon is making his way into the pits. Not too sure when he did pit earlier. I missed that pit stop. Fiesta still stationary. Cannon coming in. Pretty busy pit lane at the moment. Oh, has he overshot it? Not too sure. He has overshot it. So that's not great for him because he was in a fight there with the Reverend as well, I do believe. So we'll see if that's affected his battle for position. But Purple Snack, Cannon, and Fiesta gets his second stop out of the way as well. So this race started to shape up. Less than half an hour left. So we're well over the halfway mark. And right now it is J-Mer from I'm Not Jimmy and GTR Wizard. That's your top three. The Reverend and Defon, that's your top five. Those five drivers, they all yet to make their second stop. The highest driver who has made both of their stops is in P6. That is Fiesta, our pole position sitter. And then he's followed by Cannon, Drewbug, Javar, Falcon, Queen Killer. They've all made both of their stops. So Herc is the odd one out down the bottom there. And Sharkbait and Purple Snake, they've both made their stops too. So looks like Cannon is making his way back onto the track. And he's going to have J-Mo for company straight away. So J-Mo will be hoping that Cannon sees him nice and quickly. Gives him plenty of room for him to get past and get on with his race. And he does exactly that. So J-Mo slips through there, not being held up by any traffic. And here we go, GTR Wizard. He makes his stop. So does Defon. as well. So strategy playing out. He hits his marks. Defon, he does. Let's see how he goes. Done. All right. So those boys getting their final stops out of the way. What about Herc? This is Bentley versus Bentley for him and Queen Killer. They're down there in P11 and 12. Pretty much the two closest cars on the circuit as they pass by the pits one more time as GTR Wizard and Defon are getting their final stops out of the way. So GTR Wizard did a pretty big stint. Lap 7 he came in, and then lap 24 was his second stop. Defon, he came in on lap 12 and 24. And this is Herc now, so he needs to make one more stop. So Queen Killer has a pit stop advantage, and here's J-Mer. He makes his way into the pit, so let's see if he hits his marks. This is going to be pretty important as I'm Not Jimmy makes his way through. See where the Reverend is. He makes his stop. So El Jefe, he'll be coming through now. So he takes a spot away from J-Mer. Now Fiesta's going to be the other one. Here he is. He's just coming through 13 now into 14. Caro. And right now J-Mer still stationary. No mistakes from Fiesta. You wouldn't expect to see him make a mistake. Driven a pretty faultless race so far. J-Mer just getting away. Fiesta coming through. So I don't think it's going to be enough for J-Mer though. So he's still going to be under pit limiter conditions as Fiesta makes his way through. We saw just a glimpse of J-Mer. There he is coming out of the pits. It's quite a long pit lane here. And Fiesta is able to get himself through quite easily. And J-Mo won't find himself in any trouble from GTR Wizard either. So he is coming along the pit straight as J-Mer coming through turn 5, which is Rio. Alright, so two more drivers. The top two, I'm Not Jimmy and the Reverend. They're up there in P1, P2. They're yet to make their second stop. Who's that along the pit straight there? Was it Purple Snack? A whole gaggle of cars right here. And Defon's in there, but he's not racing Purple Snack right now. Defon's racing Cannon. Is he close to him right now? I'm just trying to pick it up on the track map there. The cars are all so close together. Hard to pick them out.
Yes, so that's Purple Snack in that McLaren, and we've got GVR who's been able to make some really good gains on Drewbug. And these guys aren't too far away from Defon and either. So this battle could heat up before the end of this race.
I think so. I think something to point out as well, Javar has made a good comeback here. He's currently P9, and after having to start in the pit lane, obviously a distinct disadvantage for him. Driver error, of course. It was his mistake, not hitting drive. But yeah, he's done well to fight back. He is currently 1.5 seconds behind Drewbug in P8. So Drewbug putting on another solid performance as well for the AM class. And right now, it's J-Mer and Fiesta. That's essentially your net top two. And J-Mer currently sitting 4.6 seconds behind Fiesta. So this one started to wind down. Still 23 minutes remaining, but it was a 70-minute race. And let's get to that battle between Fiesta. So there it is on track. You can see it right there. That is the physical gap between the two cars, the McLaren and the Bentley. As we see, the Reverend makes his way into the pit lane, stopping from P2 on the circuit. There's that Lexus of Ram Driver. It's been all evening, and he hits his marks. So these two will definitely come through and take a spot away from El Jefe. And the other one we'll have to keep an eye on is the Wizard. So here we go. So Fiesta, he'll move up a spot as he... Oh, no! Oh, it's a big loss out of 16. He's hit the wall. Oh, has he suffered damage to that car enough to upset the handling? That was a relatively big hit as well. Out of 16, we saw, I think it was Sharkbait, do that earlier in the race, and it's caught Fiesta out. He was cruising, just keeping an eye on GTR Wizard. Well, he comes through 16 without any dramas. The Reverend coming out here. I think he's going to take him for position. Yep, I think he's got him. He has. So he's done that pretty easily. But the big story here is Fiesta. Is that a race-losing mistake? Here's J-Mo already lurking up behind. Has he got handling damage to that car? Let's try and get a view of that steering wheel. Oh, this is a big mistake. Big mistake. Greasy conditions. Out of 16. Easy to do through there. And J-Mo will be looking to take full advantage of this. Weaving behind Fiesta. Is Fiesta terminally wounded? Will he need to make another stop? He's already made both his mandatory stops already. So this is a huge mistake to make. And with only just over 20 minutes remaining, this could be race defining for him. J-Mo's got to set it up the inside after Fiesta runs wide. They're going to go through Misano almost side by side. J-Mo just pulls out of it at the last moment. And I think Fiesta, that McLaren, is seriously wounded right now after making the mistake. Dropping out of turn 16. He almost gets sideways again out of there. Just hit the wall, and it's a relatively direct hit too. J-Mo all over the back of the McLaren. As they come through, starting another lap. We're entering the final 20 minutes now. This is for the lead right here. Fiesta hadn't put a foot wrong until that very moment. And now that's opened up the opportunity for J-Mo in the Bentley. He started from P4. Here we go. This is for the lead. Fiesta runs wide. Doesn't want to get out. Doesn't want to get wide out there on those sausage curbs. And J-Mo gives him a little bit of an indicator action as well there too on the way through. And he takes the lead. So Fiesta, it's going to be a case. Can he hang on here? He's got the Reverend still a fair way behind him, 20 seconds up the road. And he's got his own private battle going on with GTR Wizard. But now, will J-Mo just gradually pull away from the stricken McLaren? Will Fiesta come into the pits to get his damage fixed? Or is he going to try and just wing it until the end of this one? And I'm not Jimmy. He makes his way into the pits. So this is to clear his second stop. And Herc's in there as well. So every driver will have completed both of their stops. And we'll have 20 minutes to go to decide who's going to be the winner of round 9 of the PanAm Racing Series. Right here in Misano. Track still greasy. Not looking like that's going to change anytime soon. As these two drivers make their way through Misano. Now through 16. I'm not Jimmy, still in the pits. He's just getting going now too. So this is not going to be great news for Fiesta. As J-Mo just starting to gradually pull away from the McLaren. He's going to have a choice to make here, JJ. Does he continue on, or does he come into the pits and try and shore it up and give himself some time to recover?
Devastated for him. He was driving so well all day, and he's just took a little bit more dirt on the back edge of the curb coming out of the last turn, and it has just sent him. He did a really good job to recover the first slide, and it's part of this game.
Yeah.
It's hard to overcorrect slightly, and it just goes with it, and it's no way of pulling it up on a wet track, and he was in the fence. So he's got a battle on as well. I've noticed how many track cuts he's done since this, so I'm not too sure if he's going to be close to his limit, and that'll be devastating for him if at the back end of this race he ends up with a drive-through. but it's brought Jimmy into this. So there's a bit more to play out, and he's handed the championship to Jadoma, I reckon, as well.
Yeah, this is going to have big championship implications, and we've also got another battle between GTR Wizard and the Reverend here too. So they're down there in P4 and P5, and that Ferrari looking very racy all over the back of the McLaren. So El Jefe is going to have a lot to do to keep that Ferrari behind him for the last 17 minutes and change in this one. So we did go through a little bit of a lull there, but this race is certainly the complexion of this one's changed completely with Fiesta just hitting the wall, and that is the thing about this type of racing as well. You need to keep that concentration up the whole time. Can be a little bit hard to do. It's Saturday night, North American time. You know, these boys might be getting a little bit more tired as well, depending on what time zone they're in. And just that little mental lapse can cost you a lot. So, looks like that's what happened to Fiesta, who's now 2 seconds behind Jamer and I'm Not Jimmy, coming in hard right now. So he's in there in P3. Maybe if you could get some times for us when you get a chance, JJ, between Fiesta and I'm Not Jimmy, see what the gap is, see what the time difference is between those two, while GTR Wizard chasing down El Jefe.
So we're just waiting on Jimmy to actually complete his first lap after the pit stop. So then I'll be able to get a better indication, but the gap's gone down by 0.4 so far in this lap.
All right.
So Fiesta from the low 40s, he's just done a 42 flat, so it's made a big impact on him.
Alright, and GTR Wizard starting to become a bit impatient. He gave a flash of the lights to the Reverend, saying, come on mate, you got to pick up the pace. I'm right behind you here. Could be possibly a tactic as well. Bit of divisive subject. Are you a light flasher and not a light flasher? Some guys don't like it, some don't mind it. I think all's fair in love and war. I don't mind a bit of the light flashing myself. And, oh no, GTR Wizard runs a little bit wide at turn 16, had to go over those sausage curbs. So that has given the Reverend a little bit of a reprieve there. And yeah, GTR Wizard just drops it back a little bit further. What about Javar? So great recovery drive from him. He's right behind Defon. I think he had Queen Killer in there as well, who's being lapped. But they're going to go side by side down the front straight into turn 1. Who's the latest of the late breakers? Looks like Defon won that little battle. But that Porsche of Javar, he did start in P3. Unfortunately, he didn't hit the drive button. Had to start from the pit lane. Took his first pit stop on lap 1. Has completed both of them now. Oh, Defon runs a little bit deep there. That opens up the door for Javar, the Queenslander, and he walks straight through. So he moves himself up into P6. Great result for him. Finishing strong in this one as we're less than 15 minutes remaining. And I'm Not Jimmy. He is starting to close up the gap between him and Fiesta. It's currently almost 1.7 seconds. The gap out in front, those 4.4 versus Jamer and Fiesta. So this is looking like it is Jamer's to lose. And Fiesta is going to have a strong finishing I'm Not Jimmy right behind him. You'll definitely see him. He's in that bright pink Lamborghini. And all the drivers have made their stops as well. So no more stops to go in this one. This is going to be a race down to the end.
I'm Not Jimmy was 1.8 seconds quicker than Fiesta on that last lap. So this battle's going to come up very quickly.
Here we go. So we're watching it right now on the stream here. This is round 9 of PanAm Racing. One more to go after this. And look at that damage to the rear of Fiesta's car as well. So just he was doing it easy. He had the strategy down. But unfortunately, one little mistake has cost him massively here. And here's I'm Not Jimmy. Looking to put the move into turn 8. Oh no, Jimmy! He's lost it under brakes. Oh, he didn't hit the wall. He ran into the sand trap, which pulled him up in time. Still got just under 13 minutes. But just a little bit of a mistake there. and he's lost a ton of ground to Fiesta. So is that the little stroke of luck that Fiesta needs to try and get himself home into P2? As that looks like it might be Purple Snack just getting out of the way there of the faster cars coming through. So I'm Not Jimmy is going to need a reset, recalibrate, and go again. But yeah, is that the break that Fiesta needed? We're going to wait and see on that one.
Tricky conditions like this,
Yep.
you've got to finish the race first. So
Yep.
Fiesta just needs to hit his braking markers and hit his lines and get to the end and make all the hard work for Jimmy.
Well, as the late great Murray Walker would say, it's one thing to catch a car, it is definitely another thing to pass. So your mindset kind of needs to change a little bit, doesn't it? Can get a little bit put off. Drivers often fall into the mistake of following the other car. So if they make a mistake, you make a mistake. So that's one of the hard things to do, though, because you become so honed in on that car in front of you. You're essentially following them, but you can get sucked into their mistake as well. So that is why it is hard to pass in these conditions. Very, very treacherous. You know, that it doesn't offer a reprieve. You can never feel comfortable. Obviously, they've changed tyres as well, so tyre degradation won't be too bad, but still you need to keep your wits about you all the way to the end. And we've got only 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this one to decide who is going to take victory. As it looks like that was Herc. Is he getting lapped there from someone by the looks of it? Or was that for position? Purple Snack. I think it is. I think that is for position. Letting through the Reverend there in the other McLaren. And this is GTR Wizard. So they've got some traffic up ahead. Herc will have to keep his wits about him as well. Keep one eye in the rearview mirror. But J-Mirror, the gap now, 7.1 seconds between him and Fiesta. Oh, the Reverend makes contact with Herc. Herc was the lap car. The Reverend made contact. It was almost like he was just trying to boot him out of the way. Is that going to open it up for GTR Wizard? Can't really see much damage to the Reverend's car there. But yeah, Herc just wrong place, wrong time. We've talked about lap traffic already in this one. Obviously, two tiers of driver, the Pro and the AM drivers. But the Reverend now, he is going to have to do all that he can to keep that black and white Ferrari GTR Wizard behind him. You can see that is the gap on the circuit between the two cars. Has the Reverend suffered any damage now? Can't really tell from there. Looked like it was a big touch, but the lobby is a little bit kind of glitchy. Obviously, we're calling this from Australia, so if you know anything about Australian NBN, the internet, not great. We'll get to Jimmy in a moment. Jetpack Jones, don't stress. We won't miss it. It's okay. 2 seconds to gap. I still don't know what the towels joke is, though. The in-joke with the towels. I assume it's got something to do with Towley from South Park. There's still 2 seconds to gap between I'm Not Jimmy and Fiesta. We got a gap here of a quarter of a second, so we'll keep it here momentarily. GTR Wizard just running wide through 15. Just every little bit there helping out the Reverend. Gap now 1.5 seconds between Jimmy and Fiesta.
So Jimmy's had a few moments around the place where he's outbraked himself as he's pushing hard to try and get this gap back.
Alright, that's the gap on the circuit. Let's jump on board with him. So Fiesta will be hoping to just hold on. He runs deep. That's through turn 8. Less than 8 minutes remaining. This is not looking good for Fiesta right here. Jimmy just closing up under brakes. So he's got that Papaya McLaren in his sights right now. This is to take home P2. This does have championship implications for Fiesta. J-Mer, he's just checked out, so he's doing it pretty easy right now. Oh, Fiesta runs deep. Jimmy crawling all over the back of the McLaren now. As they come through Misano, now 16. This is the scene of the accident earlier. Fiesta manages to navigate it without any dramas this time. He would have been hoping that he could have done that every lap. You're all towels at PanAm. Okay. Alright. This is Jimmy. Is he going to make the move? Turn 8 has been a popular side of overtake so far this evening. Is he going to wait till then?
Make it easy for J-Mer, so...
Here we go. Sorry to cut you off there, JJ. He's got to get a nice run out of here. He's got to get that done pretty easily now. I'm not Jimmy. It's going to be a drag race up into turn 8. He's going to have the inside line here. So he'll just need to not outbrake himself. Which he doesn't. And he's able to move his pink Lamborghini up into P2 from Fiesta. He'll try and fight back as much as he can. That is a wounded McLaren. So I'm not Jimmy in the box seat for P2 right here with 6 minutes remaining. And the El Jefe, Reverend, is 10.4 seconds behind. So it's not looking like he's going to have enough time to make any ground on Fiesta, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Back to you, JJ. What were you about to say?
Oh, just the Fiesta did not make it easy for J-Mer. He just needed to run his lines, run the racing line, make it harder for Jimmy, and in the end, that wounded McLaren is it's obvious that it's not hard to control, so that it is hard to control, and yeah, unfortunately, Jimmy was able to get that job done pretty straightforward manner.
Yep. All right, so we've got this is Drew Bug. He is right behind the Aston Martin of Defon. Oh, that was one of the McLarens just getting out of the way there. But Defon in P7, Drew Bug in P8 right now in that Lamborghini. Just saw Jimmy in a Lamborghini get past a McLaren. And we see a Lamborghini get past an Aston Martin this time. So they go through 16 up the front straight. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this one. We're coming down to the closing seconds, closing minutes. Queen Killer in the pits again. So maybe he's had an incident somewhere along the line. Drew Bug will want to try and get ahead of that Aston Martin, try and finish a little bit higher, P7. I think that would be all that's on the table for him right now. The gap between El Jefe and Fiesta, 8.1 seconds. So we'll keep an eye on that. There we go. These look like these are pretty much two of the closer cars. Falca and Cannon, the 6-hour enduro drivers. They're tied together right now. They're down in P9 and P10. Porsche versus Porsche. There's a trio of Porsches down there. Sharkbait. He's a little bit further down the road though from these guys, so he's not going to challenge their positions.
Falca got the job. Falca got the job done pretty easily on Cannon then.
Alright, so he moves up into P9 while Cannon is in P10. So
and Drew Bug just got the job done on Defon then as well, down the back straight.
There we go. Good work from Drew Bug in the McLaren. Aston Martin looking to fight back, but I don't think he's going to have the legs to do it. As Drew Bug, he was the fastest of the AM qualifiers. And he's able to slip through there. So he will move up on the timing screen to P7 in front of Defon momentarily. There we go. And they've got another 2 minutes and 50 seconds to sort themselves out. In the meantime, GTR Wizard. So the Reverend's done a good job here to keep GTR Wizard behind him. So he's on for a very strong finishing of of P4. Just having a look at the gap between him and Fiesta. It's 7.7 seconds. 2.8 between Fiesta and Jimmy. But J-Mo has been the class of the field tonight. He is cruising right now. 10.3 seconds is the lead over I'm Not Jimmy as we enter the final 2 minutes of this one. Defon fighting back there with Drewbug. So they're going to duke it out until the very end of this one. But yeah, it's been a great drive from J-Mer. He started in P4. First pit stop was lap 13. I didn't get the second one, but obviously a little bit of luck there with Fiesta, who unfortunately hit the wall out of 16 earlier on. And that's pretty much derailed his race ever since. He's going to do a good job to hold on to P3 here, though. I don't think the Reverend's going to get him. Defon, though, on the other hand. He's not going to give this one up without a fight. That Aston Martin hasn't looked comfortable, though. So, as opposed to the Lamborghini Drewbug, it's a little bit more stable. They're going to have another couple of laps to sort it out. The gap's down to 9.6 seconds out in front. So perhaps J-Mer just easing off in the closing stages of this one. As we are about to enter the final minute of the race. We'll pick up where J-Mer is. I think he's going to have to do one more lap after this one. So he's just coming through 13 now. We'll pick him up for his final lap and we'll wait for the signal. But in the meantime, let's stick with this action here. This is Defon pulling out of the draft. Turn 8. We've seen plenty of overtakes through here already. Defon adds to the list. So he swaps spots with Drewbug one more time. Can he finish the job here? Yes, he can.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Nice work between Defon and Drewbug. They're enjoying the final stages of this one as we get the message that this is indeed the final lap of the race. We've almost got 70 minutes expired on the clock, and Drewbug and Defon still battling it out as we go 000. We're on the last lap. I'll pick up J-Mer very, very soon. He is just making his way up towards turn 8 where we saw this overtake happen between these two. Drewbug runs a little bit wide there, and he's able to give Defon a little bit of a reprieve, but we'll pick up the race leader. We haven't seen too much of him tonight. He was contending for the win with Fiesta, who made the mistake out of 16, which has definitely cost him a crack at victory here. It's 8 seconds the gap between I'm Not Jimmy, but he's not going to have enough time to make it up. J-Mer started down there in P4, second row of the grid. Moved up a couple of spots straight away. And he has driven another strong race for him, for the Bentley driver, number 357. So he makes his way through 13 into 14 for the final time tonight on this greasy circuit. Tricky conditions around Misano. Not an easy track in the dry, let alone in greasy conditions. But he's handled it with aplomb. He's going to come through turn 16 now. Congratulations. J-Mer is going to take out victory in round 9 of Pro-Am Racing. Congratulations. He's survived the 70-minute enduro. He's taken out P1. I'm Not Jimmy. He's driven a great race as well to take out the second podium position. Congratulations to him, that bright pink Lamborghini driver. And this man Fiesta, he's done well to hold on for P3, but it's a case of what could have been. He could have definitely been contending for the race victory. The Reverend, he comes across the line just in front of GTR Wizard to take P4. The Wizard in P5. Well done to him. Javar, great recovery drive from him after starting in the pit lane. He's going to come home in P6. He did start P3, so once again, a case of what if. And then Drewbug and Defon, they're going to fight it out to the bitter end. It looks like Drewbug was able to get past Defon there on the closing laps of this one. As they go through 16, Defon absolutely sending it. And Drew Bug is just going to be able to hold on. Well done to him. And then Falca, after the 6 hours of Barcelona, he's going to hold on there in the Porsche in P9. He'll have Cannon just down the road, 4.5 seconds to keep him company. Purple Snack, that will be his final lap, I believe. Queen Killer in the pits, Ram Driver in there. I'm not Jimmy. He says he's disqualified. I'm not too sure what's happened with that. Perhaps doing donuts on the circuit. I don't know. But here's Falca. He crosses the line. And Cannon comes across the line there as well. So they're the last of our runners. But it's all about this man this evening, Jamer. He takes out victory in round 9 of PanAm Racing. Congratulations to him. And that does conclude the proceedings this evening. What were your thoughts there, JJ?
Exciting race again. Lots of drama. Really feel for Fiesta. He had that race in control, and we have got some interviews. We've got Fiesta's just joined. We're just waiting on Jamer and I'm Not Jimmy. But that was a great race. Like I say, plenty of drama.
All right. Jamer was P1. So I see that we do have someone in the chat. I think we have Fiesta in the chat. Is that correct?
Hello, sir. Yes.
How are you?
Good. A little irritated with myself. I made a stupid mistake on the second pit stop. So that second stint, I drove around with 24.5 PSI.
Oh, okay. What happened? What happened at 16 though? Hitting the wall there.
That was after my second pit stop, and I was used to taking that little bit of extra curb there, and then with the cold tires, I just spun it around into the wall.
Wow.
My mistake.
Yeah. Do you reckon that cost you the win today?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Jamer was always going to be consistent, fighting behind me. Actually, I don't know if my voice is being shared, so just a moment.
Yeah, definitely. I can hear you. Should be on the stream.
Yes, I should be now.
Yep.
So, yep. Congratulations to Jamer, Jimmy. Great race. I had to keep my fucking my elbows out. Sorry, keeping y'all two behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had. I'm Not Jimmy was able to slip through there at the closing stages of that one, but still good effort to hold on for P3 after your mistakes. So congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Great race, Jamer.
All right. Now, do we have I'm Not Jimmy, who came home P2?
Hello, I'm here.
What's going on, my man?
Oh, hey guys.
I really like your livery. I'm a big fan of the bright pink, and I feel like you got to perform when you got a livery like that, and you're able to do that today. Walk us through your race.
Well, I practiced. That's one thing that Jamer didn't do.
It worked out all right for him, though.
Wow. I mean, I was catching them, and then I hit the one time I go to pass Fiesta, I hit the curb and go off.
Yep.
Had I not done that, I think I would have been right behind Murray at the finish.
Okay. So you reckon that little... I think that was at turn 8, I think it was. We then made the mistake. You didn't hit the wall or anything. You went into the
No,
to the
I
gravel
didn't hit
trap.
the wall. I just hit the curb and shot to the right. I only lost 4 seconds, but I think that 4 seconds cost me either finishing right behind him or making a drastic dive and getting first.
Well, you were making up plenty of ground there towards the end as well. So
I was going fast.
yeah, you were flying. So I think you cut it down by about 2 seconds in the last couple of laps there. So just a little mistake cost you a lot, but unfortunate for you. But still, P2.
One mistake, yeah. Good, it was a good race, other than one little mistake on my own part.
Yeah. And how did you find the conditions out there? It looked pretty tricky from here.
It is what it is. I had my tires set. I adjusted my pressures for each stint. I was thinking the track was going to warm up, but then I put them back to starting pressure, and that was the way to go.
Okay. Great stuff.
Splitting,
JJ.
splitting the stints half and half, and then I kind of chose to have fresher tires on the last stint, so I went a little longer on my second stint.
Yeah, your first stint was 13 laps there, so that was
Yeah.
pretty decent. Yeah. JJ, did you have any questions for Jimmy?
Not really. It's just congratulations. It was a good podium for you. It was a good comeback from early on. Yeah, it was unfortunate for Fiesta. It was good to see you boys on the podium though.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Well, congratulations. We'll see you next week. We're doing Spa, 90 minutes of Spa. So good luck for next week.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate. All right, and then we have our race winner, Jamer. Are you there?
I am here.
Now, is it true that you didn't do any practice? Is that correct?
Nah, I did like 10 laps the other day. I got on like an hour before the race and did a little bit, but no, not really.
Okay. Well, not bad for an hour of practice before the race as well.
No, I wasn't expecting that result whatsoever.
Yeah, I was going to say, walk us through it. When you saw, did you see what happened to Fiesta? Because I think you were relatively close by.
I didn't know what he was doing. I seen the delta start dropping rapidly from like 4.8 to like 3 something in a lap and a half. I was like, what is he doing? Is he waiting for me? Like, does he want to race? Like, is he bored up there? What's he doing? And I was coming around the last turn, and what I seen was, it looked like he just drove into the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
It looked like he just turned into the wall. I missed him catching the outside curb and getting loose, and I was just like, okay. So, yeah, I caught up to him and was just having a little bit of fun and just made the pass and kind of carried on. But I was confused. I was definitely confused what was going on. But, yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah, just lost it at the final turn there. Car got upset, just snapped into the wall pretty much, and yeah, that was him. So, how did you find the conditions tonight? Jimmy said it was sort of, pretty. It is what it is, but obviously with the greasy conditions, it sort of doesn't let up. You're always having to really keep your concentration up there.
Yeah, I was 10 minutes into the race, 15 minutes in the race. I was sweating bullets already, just trying to keep the car on the road. It was slippery for me.
Yeah.
So it was a little loose out there. I'm sure you see me sliding around a couple times.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't look comfortable. So, yeah, tricky conditions, but fantastic result for you to take home P1. So, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool. All right.
Congratulations, mate. And I think that also means you have got the championship in the bag as well.
I believe so, because I still have a drop race. So, yeah, I think I got it in.
Well, congratulations,
Yeah. Well,
championship.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, and yeah, look forward to next week.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I love Spa.
Excellent. More than 10 laps practice, you reckon, or just arrive and drive again?
Maybe. We'll see how the week goes.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the drivers joining us. Yeah, good luck for Spa next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
All right, JJ, that is round 9 all wrapped up. What were your thoughts? I thought it was a good race. Very tricky conditions when it's greasy conditions like that, just constantly just raining a little bit. What were your thoughts on the race?
Yeah, tricky conditions. The guys did really good job. Bit of drama, which does come up with these sorts of races, having to concentrate so hard in difficult conditions. The 70 minutes, not taking fuel in the race, so burning your fuel down and trying to get as fresh a tyres as you can for the end of the race. And there was battles throughout the field, which was good to see. And yeah, there's I think both championships have been tied up now. I think Drewbug has done enough to win AM, but we'll wait for Pants to confirm that for us and look forward to the final race next week.
Yeah, so next week we will be in Spa, as mentioned, the 90-minute Enduro to conclude the season. So that will be round 10. You can watch it here on the ACC Productions Ruse YouTube channel. We will be back same place, same time next week. So until then, my name is Nick. I've been joined by JJ Penguin. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks to everyone for chipping in the chat as well. Jetpack Jones, Choco Sim Racing, RR Boosted, Brandon Bloxham, Sir Patrick was in there, Simnut Racing, all those guys, Apache. So thank you to all those guys as well. Really good to interact with you all as well. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you have left of it. I had a lot of fun tonight, and we're going to do it all again. Same place, same time next week at Spa. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Stay